Okay, hey guys, another video lesson for you today. Let me open up my shared screen. Okay, so here is our assignment for today. We're going to be on page 160, practice 1, question 2, okay? Or this document is also attached to your manage back assignment so you can see it there, okay? So a lot of this is just practice of what we were doing on Friday. Most of you didn't submit your assignment on manage back, so I'm not sure if we're ready to move on or not. So we're going to do a little bit more of the same thing today. Please, if you haven't completed Friday's assignment, be sure that you do that as well, okay? All right, so let's go ahead and get started. So here we need to copy and complete the following table into your notes. For the surface area of a range of cylinders, round your answers to the nearest tenth, okay? So the tenth would be if I had like a number 130.789, we would round to the tenth, but the 8 would make that round up. So that would be our answer. And we always answer these types of questions with units squared, okay? Sometimes that's centimeters, sometimes it's meters. It can be many different things. So let's go ahead and let's move on to our first question. Okay, so if I have, for the first one, if I have a radius of 12, a height of 18, and a surface area that we do not know, okay? I recommend that you start out each problem this way, listing out your variables and their values. So now, that equation from last time, the surface area of a cylinder, stop for a second, see if you can look back through your notes and find the answer. What is the equation for finding the surface area of a cylinder? So first we have two circles, and I know that the area of one circle is pi radius squared. Then I'm going to add that to the height times the circumference of that circle. And the equation for that is pi 2r. So now I'm going to plug in my values. So the surface area of my circle is going to be 2 times pi. My radius is 12. So 8, no, I don't really need to do that. So 12 squared plus, oh shoot, my height is 18 times pi 2 radius, okay? Now I want to simplify. We always want to do BEDMAS. B stands for brackets. You want to do that first. There's nothing to simplify inside the brackets. We have to take care of our exponent first. So I want to square 12, which is 144. I went ahead and I multiplied the 18 and my 2 together because multiplication and division is the next part. So I want to multiply all of these together. I don't want to throw the pi in there just yet. Instead, I'm just going to multiply the 2 and the 144 to give me 288 pi plus, let me see, 36 times 12. 2 and 6 gives me 12, gives me 7. Gives me 6, gives me 3. Now I add down. So 432 pi. Now in my last video, I said that you couldn't just add these like coefficients here, but you actually can. I just was trying to move on really quickly. So let's go ahead and let's do that now. Oh, shish kebab. I don't think I want to do that. Okay, So I'm going to go ahead and I'm just going to multiply these values together in my calculator. What I am using is I am using the Desmos app. I don't know if you can see that. No, you totally can't. Whatever. So I'm using the Desmos Scientific Calculator, which is a really good function. So I would recommend that you use it if you haven't yet. And it gives me a surface area for my first cylinder is 2,261.9. Yeah, just asked to the 10th place. And I look back for my measurement and it's centimeters. So I want to say centimeters squared. That is important. So take that and plug it into your chart. Okay, so right now I'm going to stop, just take a quick screenshot. Okay, I'll paste it later, whatever. Because now I want to erase all of this. That seems to be as big as it's going to be. I don't want to erase that though. I want to erase all of this stuff because I want to do another example from this table. I want to make sure I have enough room. So the next one that I want to do here is I want to do this one here. Okay, quickly see if I can paste that. All right, so because I want to first identify all of the information that I have. So I've got my radius, that's 7 centimeters. I do not have my height, and my surface area is 611.4. Now this example is going to be really different from the one that we just did, so watch carefully. The first time through, don't try and copy everything, just watch. Then rewind the video, watch it a second time, pause the video to take notes, and if there's a part that you didn't understand or you need a little bit of clarification, just rewind a little bit, watch that part again, rewind a little bit, watch that part again. Do this while you're watching YouTube videos. It's going to be really helpful. Okay, so now we want to go ahead and write that equation, the surface area of a cylinder. We have 2 circles plus the height times the circumference, which is pi 2r. So now I'm going to substitute all the values that I know. My surface area, I had that this time, so it's going to be a little different, times 2 pi r squared. H is my variable, my unknown variable. Remember the parentheses next to the 2 means that I'm multiplying them together. Okay, so now what I want to do is, my goal here is to isolate the H. And what that means is I don't want to move the H at all. I want to move everything else around the H, okay? So first, it's going to be a lot easier if I try and simplify some of these numbers. So for example, I'm going to simplify this so that way it is 14 times pi. And then I've got that variable H that I'm trying to isolate. So I'm just going to write it in a different color so that we know, don't touch it. That's why it's written in red, don't touch it. 4 squared is 49. 49 times 2 is going to be 98 times pi equals 611.4. The next step that we want to do is we want to multiply these 2 values together in order to move it to the other side. Now, because I'm adding this to this quantity, it means I want to do the opposite of it to move it to the other side. Now, I'm not actually, ironically enough, looking at this one to tell whether I want to do the opposite or not. I'm looking at the sign in front of the 98, And if it's not there automatically, but this is a positive 98. So I want to do a negative 98 pi from both sides in order to get rid of it on the right side of my equation. So now I cancel it out, and I'm left only with h times 14 pi. Now also, when I go into my calculator and I see 98, actually I'm going to do 611.4 minus 98 pi. It gives me 303.2. So now I want to isolate my h, and so I want to get rid of what else is with the h. And because I'm multiplying, now to get rid of it, I want to do the opposite, and that is divide. So I want to divide both sides by 14 pi. Okay, so now I take this number, (303.2) divided by 14 pi. And it gives me 6.89, but I want it to the 10th place, so just 6.9. Well, some squiggly lines because it's not perfect, but equals h. So now here, when I take this up here, my surface area is centimeters squared. My height is just in centimeters, so it's 6.9 centimeters. This process of isolating, we saw this when we were doing Unit 3, and here actually we are not using bed mass, we are using the opposite, because we're going backwards. Okay? Doesn't work quite so well as I would like, but you begin by adding and subtracting, just like we did here with this 98 pi. We subtracted that from both sides first. Then we did our multiplication and division. We divided both sides by 14 pi. There was no exponents or brackets to take care of, so we didn't even have to worry about that to get our answer. Now, if you need a review, rewind this section of the video and then attempt this, okay? Your homework tonight is to solve these 3 problems. Please email me to set up a conference. Okay? Please email me if you're having trouble. I can help, okay? Good luck. Let me know how this is going, and I hope to talk to you guys soon, okay? So